Hello everyone. As I can understand that the events command might be a little bit confusing at the beginning, I have decided to make this video tutorial on how to use it. Let's start by looking for which community we want to use this command. As you can see in this server, I have created two communities, Korean and global. Let's use the global community with the prefix CPM. So we use the events command here, and we can see that there is already a Black Sun event created. So let's go ahead and create a new event. Let's create an outdoor event, for example. Let's name it outdoor. You can name it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Now, team roles are basically just Discord roles. You can use any role you want as long as it has at most 6 to 70 people. Any more than that, the list won't show them, the attendance list. So for this video, I have created roles named Team1, Team2. Again, you can use any role you want. You can type their name, you don't have to tag them, but if their name consists of 2 or more words, include them in quotation marks, like I did here for guerrilla officer. Press check mark, and we have created another event. If we go into this another event and go to teams, we can see the average CP for each team. Now, the average CP is according to the submissions of the members of the team, so depends on that. If you wish to add or remove, you go into here. I wish to remove the guild officer role, and we have done so. Now that we have created this session, we can go into it. On this page, we can see the status of this session. It's inactive, meaning it's not taking attendance. In order to activate it, we need to set at least the reaction attendance channel. This channel will be the channel that the attendance message will be sent to. So for example, I'll set it to node words. You can send it to any channel you want as long as the channel have the appropriate permissions for the bot. I set it to node words, and if I click on the envelope now that appeared after I set it, we can see a message has been sent to node words, and it takes reaction attendance. And as you can see, the date is Sunday at 6 p.m., which is for today. And if you click, anybody clicks on it, it will update automatically. Now, you can end this session in two ways. First way, it ends it and deletes the attendance message, this message here. Second way is it ends it but remove the option to react. This way you can have this to look for later. I'll choose the one with the delete. As you can see, the message has been deleted. Now, if you want to also check voice attendance, you have to do two things. First one is set for which channels you want to take voice attendance for. So you can choose whichever voice channels you want. You can choose up to 5. For this tutorial, I'll choose 1, which I named Wars. You have to type in their name, and if their name is 2 or more words, you put them in quotation marks like we saw before. For now, I'll choose a channel named Wars. And you have to set the time period for which you want to take the attendance for. Ideally, you would like to set it at the same time as the event. For example, if it's 6 p.m., you want to set it at least like for 15 minutes before, so you can let the people who are early also be recorded. But if somebody who was there earlier than the time you said, as long as somebody else joins at the same time as the time you set here now, the attendance voice attendance will also update for the people who were early. So it doesn't really matter. So let's set it for like 15. Sorry, 7, 54, 2, 8. As you can see, it has been set here and it tells you how long it is. And if we send the message now, you can see a new emoji has appeared. The mute, it tells you that they did not attend yet, voice attendance. And if I join on Wars, it won't update because it's not right now. It's not the within the time range that you have set before. Now, if, for example, let's end it. Now, let me set it to a range where it will update for me now. 1 second. Send it. Now, if I join on Wars, as you can see, it updated for me here. Now, what we have done so far is similar for all events, except for the Black Sun event, which is still pretty similar, but it has one extra thing. Let's look at the Black Sun event. Black Sun event I have created before. As you can see, there's history here. We'll look about that later. Let's enter sessions. Let's create a new one. So make this 2. Let's put it for 6 p.m. on a Sunday. Enter it. Now let's do the same thing we did before. This time I'll choose for Black Sun channel. I'll still use for Wars as voice attendance. So until 9 p.m. And let's send it. Now, as you can see here, there's a new extra thing here, a red book. This indicates if a member of this team has submitted their points. Black Sun point submission can be done using Black Sun command. If I, for example, here use Black Sun command, I put 100,000 points, and then you would optionally choose a profession. A profession is what you did to get these points. There is hunter, farmer, or mixed. You need to choose one of them, or you can optionally not choose any of them. I'd choose hunter. Hunter is when you hunt people in order to get points. So you can see here we get an error because there is no active Black Sun event, active Black Sun session. Sorry. So how Black Sun point submission work? It only works if there's a active Black Sun session and it is the event already started. For example, if I set it at 6 p.m., after 6 p.m. you can start submitting points for it. And if there's more than one active session, it will submit for the most recent one. Now, since this is a video tutorial, I'll make a new session that submissions would work for. Let's go to create session. I'll name it this 3. I'll put the time as 1 p.m. and 15 minutes on a Sunday, which is today. I press check mark, and it has created the session. I go to send process, Lexan, and if I want to send that voice attendance, it works exactly the same as I showed you before. I'll send this message, and it has been sent. Now I'll cut the video until it's after the event time, so point submissions would work. So now that the time has passed and it's after the event time that we have set, which was 1 p.m. and 15 minutes, we can see that we still have this warning, but if we exit the command, enter it again, sessions, we can see we don't have that warning again updated. So you don't have to do that. It's just to make sure that the bot has recognized that it has ended. So if I try again, Black Sun, actually let's go and copy this. Black Sun Hunter, you can see it has been updated here that I have submitted Black Sun points. And if I go here, it's the same thing, it just ended. And it has been added to history. We'll see that in a second. If we enter history here, it doesn't show. Same thing, you have to enter it again for it to update. Go to history, and as you can see, it updated here. With history, you can choose to see the data for each event by typing its number here and using the memo emoji here. If I type, for example, 1, the most recent one, so you can see that I have submitted points and everybody else in the team didn't. You can see a graph for attendance here. You can export it, and you can even see it in if you're on desktop, you can see it in this form here. Go back. You can see for each member the overall attendance history for all events. For example, if I tag myself here, I can see attendance history for each event that's passed. If I click on the stats here, I can see the attendance and absence. Attendance means it's either I did at least one of those things. If I reacted with a check mark, attended voice, or submitted points. And as you can see, all the stats, and I can go back to history here. I can also see it in this form. And if you want to check for somebody else, you don't have to go back. You can click on this again and check. For example, I checked for Tanzi, and it goes the same. You don't have to tag their name. You can type it as I did right now. Now let's go back. There are several features here that you might find useful. For example, a graph for recent events attendance, and you can see also the overall attendance and absence. Let's go for this form for each member of the teams. And last, if you want to check only events within a certain dates, between certain dates, you can do that. And let me delete this graph so you can see this more clear. So if I choose today And tomorrow, for example, it should only show me the events for today. And we can see we see the event that we made today at 1 p.m. And it has all the other features that it had before. It's just for only the events within the period that you chose, as you can see here. And that's it. I hope you found this tutorial useful. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask in the CPManager server over here, or you can message me